I'm vice chairperson.
Yeah.
Member.
Susan Fellows committee member.
Dawn DeSorcy, staff.
Jeff Benscover, committee member.
Jake Lindfors, staff.
Ron Rasmussen, board member.
Michael Tim, District 7 alternate.
Kevin Fangman, Waterworks and Lighting.
Dennis Fogg, 6th Ward Alderman.
Matt Thacker, Mayor.
I'm Barb Scanlon. Who are you?
Oh, Jamie Craig.
Okay. So I'll call the meeting to order. Approval of the April 14th, 2025 meeting minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Item 3 is election of officers. So it's that time of the year again. So call for, first we start, I believe, with the chair. So I call for nominations for chair to Parks and Rec Commission. Jeff?
I'd like to nominate you for chairman of the Parks and Rec Commission, T. Beneman.
Okay. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay, we'll go to a vote. I'll accept the nomination, so looking for all in favor of Dean Beneman remaining chair, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? The ayes have it, so I'll continue the meeting as chair then, I guess. And then and we go to the, and then now we'll call for nominations for the vice chair. I'll nominate Elizabeth to continue as chair or vice chair. Any other nominations? Asking for a third. Any other nominations? So, all in favor of Elizabeth remaining on as vice chair? Does that accept the nomination?
I will accept.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposition? Okay, motion's passed. Update on the aquatic center. Not open when it's cold.
It wasn't open today. Right. Feels kind of like September today. So some of this is part of my report as well, but we had our some of our trainings we had throughout the month of May, one of which was our real 911 call. So our guards actually called 911 and kind of got prepped for an actual emergency at the facility. They really liked that. It was interesting to see how the fire department reacted. You know, they actually came up, they did everything just as they would on a regular call, so that was really good training. And then we had our soft opening, which I think some of you were at. That went really well. Opening day was good. It wasn't as busy, which actually worked out well because there's a lot of new staff, so it worked out, you know, nicely that way, so they could kind of get used to just a normal day there. A little bit of excitement as usual. We had 2 police calls, non-emergency police calls. We had some threats and some fights and just, I don't know, kids being kids, I guess. It happened also the next day on Saturday, but some of the kids that were in, you know, had an issue the day before actually apologized to some of the staff, so that was pretty nice. So other than that, I don't know, I guess yesterday was pretty uneventful from what it sounds like.
No text, yeah. So.
No texts or calls yesterday, so that's a bonus.
Do they routinely walk through them?
What's that?
Do the police routinely walk through them?
We did have them drive through a few times last year when we started having issues. I mean, any time during the year we have had them, or during the season we've had them kind of drive through and have a presence. So we'll.
Not gonna walk through, just drive? Or
They have, occasionally they have walked through
Yeah,
as well.
A couple times, yeah.
Yeah, and if we have to start doing that regularly, we'll probably have to do that again.
Yeah.
Would that be something for the auxiliary police department?
Possibly.
Maybe just
Yeah.
see how, I think we need to promote more like, soft polar bear plunge training, on these cold days.
I'll make a note of that to see if the auxiliary
You
can
make a
potentially.
motion on
Hey.
You're the first to jump in, you know.
The water's warm. It's just getting out.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it's hard to say it, but everything seems to be going fine, so.
Okay.
Hoping for some
Well-
warmer weather, yeah.
Were prices for concessions tougher this year than last year?
We
Or
did,
for-
we made a couple of increases.
Not, I'm asking to us, not necessarily.
Not a lot. No, not a lot of changes. Just a couple of increases to cover some of our, tax, we had some tax issues last year with just the, tax collected versus the amount that we pulled in, so we had to make an adjustment to kind of account for that. Instead of actually charging tax, we just changed the prices slightly. And then we also added a credit card fee onto all of our credit card transactions of 3% to cover that cost as well. It's really convenient, but we do end up having to pay extra for those costs too. So those are the only changes for us.
So that's really about it, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to open tomorrow. Swim club actually starts practice today. And then tomorrow, hopefully at the aquatic center in the morning, so we'll see. It's gonna be kind of chilly in the morning, so have to wait and see what the temperature is at 8 o'clock.
Just have to stay in the water.
Yeah, they'll be warm enough in the water for sure.
Alright. Anything else? Moving on to item 5, what are the bills?
So,
It is a good amount, cause that playground, purchase of the playground is in there, so that's why it's 192,000, so the playground's 120,000, so.
Move to approve the bills at a total cost of $192,006.64.
second.
Okay, motion and approve, and a second to approve the bills, 192,606.64.
I did.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I just have some questions on the bill, but when you get your motion
Go
on the
ahead.
floor. Well, I noticed that you've used the Teskey funds quite a bit on here. How's that fund coming?
I'm trying to think last time I got an update.
You don't have to give me
about
the
that.
exact amount, but
Yeah, I mean, we're using it, so there's still probably, I think your guess, probably 50,000, but it'll all get used when the projects are done, so.
yeah, okay.
When's it have to be used by?
Like end of this year.
That's what,
Yep.
has to be committed by the end of this year, or?
Yeah, committed.
It has to be committed by the end of this year. Good question. Okay, so, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion passed. Staff reports.
Okay, so let's see here. We had a new person start in our office today, which is extra chaos because it's also payroll for the aquatic center and all of our deposits that we had to pick up from there over the weekend. So we had a lot going on in the office today because she's just learning how to operate everything in the office. So today was pretty crazy. I think it'll get better this week. T-ball and coach pitch start this Wednesday. We've got everything pretty much set up for those. We have, I think there's 105-ish for T-ball and 37 for coach pitch. So we hope for good weather so that we can have those regularly. That goes until mid-July. We have a lifeguard class happening right now, and we have 8 signed up for that. Only 2 of which, actually 3 of which, that probably will not be working for us, but we're hoping that the other 5 are gonna be working for us. We could use a couple extra guards, so that will be nice to fill some shifts. And then we've got a bunch of programs actually starting this week, so we're just getting things ready for those, one of which was the T-ball. and gymnastics. We've got all kinds of stuff starting this week, so getting busy. Now we just need the summer weather to go along with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Alright, field staff, the month of April, May, just getting everything ready for the summer landscape areas. We did a lot of grass cutting in the month of May. We didn't have seasonals start early as they have in the past, so we had a lot of full timers out there cutting grass a lot. Got the zoo ready to get open. That opened Friday or the Saturday Memorial Weekend. Spraying the weeds throughout the city and parks. Still preventive maintenance on all of our buildings. We got the aquatic center obviously winterized and ready to go for the season. Both splash pads up and running. Worked with 2 different volunteer groups. One from McCain's and the other Miracle, helping us out at the aquatic center and the zoo, spreading wood chips and just doing the spring cleanup. And then we did about 4 days with the Wood County Emergency Management Team doing litter pickup along the expressways and parks. So just a big thank you out to them. And Mayor Zucker, did you want to talk about?
Just wanted to let everybody know that Jake and myself have worked at length with Ken and Joe Fonte from the Rafters. They just agreed to paying $30,000 for to help out with the lights, $5,000 a year for the rest of their contract when they do their rent for the diamonds. So,
Yep.
so that'll be good.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, they appreciate all the work that Jake really has put into bringing the money together and getting it, getting the project together. Still got to go through finance, get their approval for the big picture, and then figure out if we can secure the lights, that'll be good. And then figuring out if we have some avenues to work on for the labor to get the lights installed, which would be during the winter after the season's over. I think it's safest with the grounds to do it on frozen ground, so we're not damaging the field and stuff. So good job, Jake, on that and making all that happen. Thank you.
Excellent.
That's great news.
It is.
But other than that, it's just been a busy summer so far, so. That's all I had.
I would, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask about updates, anything new with several other projects that are going on?
Pickleball courts over at Mead, I think they're gonna start tentatively June 16th for the painting.
Okay.
But again, with this weather,
Yeah.
it seems like it just gets kicked back farther and farther. For the zoo projects, we are waiting for insurance and bonding from Exit Ascension Construction,
Okay.
so they'll get started on that
Okay.
hopefully soon.
Okay.
Batting cages got formed today, they couldn't pour because of the rain, so
Okay.
that should be done this week.
Okay.
How long do the paint lines last on the pickleball courts-ish?
Yeah, I mean, at Witter Park, they're still looking good, and that's been 6 years.
Okay.
So I'd say maybe every 10 to 15 years, they probably gotta get it repainted.
Do have people reaching out on that one, so.
Yeah.
that's good.
Did we come to an agreement about the, registration on?
For the use.
For the use?
I think we're still waiting to get like a final date on
Okay.
when they're gonna be open, so
Okay.
kind of rushing, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, speaking of the aquatic center, is there any way we could get adult volunteers? Just to go in there and be an extra adult? To, I don't know.
That'd be,
We have, one of our head guards two of our head guards are adults.
Right, but they have their jobs. I mean, it's important that.
You mean just to walk through,
Yeah,
or?
just wander around. I was somebody's mother. I know both boys. Right, Jeff? Just teasing. I have 2 other questions, if I may. This will have to be a stupid question. I was gonna ask you how often the dog park is gonna be mowed, but how often is it gonna rain, so we can't answer that. But how is the mowing determined? I mean, there's places that the grass is getting pretty high, and I
Yep.
know that there's some broken branches there, and it probably would be difficult to mow around those.
Mhm.
So, can
just
we burn them?
No, we can't.
Of course not, I know, I'm just.
We'll get to it, we just haven't had time really to stick a lot of time in there besides the everyday maintenance of the park,
Okay,
but
and then the benches?
I haven't heard nothing back from Lakusa, so.
Okay, alright, thank you.
Yep.
Chairman, since we're on the dog park, I just wanna say thank you to the board for everything you've done for the dog park. I use it on a regular basis, I love it, it's awesome. It's not the Rome Dog Park yet, but I know that there's a lot of work and effort put into it, and I just really appreciate it as a community member, I love that park. Thank you so much, I got 2 dogs, I take them there regularly, thank you.
You're welcome.
I know it opened early in a season when we had a lot of sun and no rain, so the grass was difficult to get going in a while, and over the winter it was nothing but mud for a while.
Yeah.
Is it possible maybe if we could maybe section off an area for a while to help develop that area, maybe do it in partitions so that it can still remain open, but maybe get some more seed down in it, you know, if we could, I don't know if you could do like maybe like a fifth of it or an eighth of it or something like that, just to section it off and let it develop.
Yeah, we could try.
Okay, just an option.
Yeah.
I was
Would
thinking.
we,
Cause I know it gets a lot of traffic
I know,
and
it
that
gets
doesn't allow it to
beat
go,
up
so,
so much, yeah.
yeah.
would
But-
we have to use like snow fencing or something?
Yeah,
to,
just
you know?
snow
Yeah, I think it would be something as simple as that, yeah,
Yeah.
just to section off an area so it can develop,
Yeah,
so it's not beat up by traffic. That would be awesome.
yeah, we could do that. That might be something the volunteers could help us with on the 19th of June.
Yeah.
I
Is that-
think people would understand what we're trying to do
Right.
as well, so,
Yep.
yeah.
Do you wanna re-announce it, the 15th of June?
19th of June, we're gonna have just Prevail Bank come out there again to do some 4 hours of volunteer work. They came out last year.
What time is that at?
10 to 2, I believe,
Okay.
on June 19th.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And is there a way, like at Rome, they've got some envelopes out to make donations and such to the city. Is that something that we can do here?
Did the sign go up with the QR codes
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff?
no.
Okay, 'cause that's what we were talked about doing.
And we do have something online that
Yeah.
people can
There is?
donate, yep.
Okay.
Via, I think it's, I don't know, via email, but it's online.
Is it on our
yeah.
park and
At
rec?
the city site?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, and I
It's
already,
on the dog park site.
Okay.
I called, Quality Printing to see what their price would be if they redid an
Oh, yeah, I
envelope.
did, yeah, what'd they say?
Well, they have to get in touch with the, post office, because the
Oh.
post office has to do the
Pre-stamp.
pre-stamp, so, they're working on it. I just talked to Phil today, and he said he's still working on it, to see how much each envelope would cost.
Mhm.
Cause I thought if we would have some sort of, like what they do at the parks, where it's in a box with a plastic lid, so it doesn't rain, people can take it, bring it home, write out a check and send it in, makes it easier for them. Get a little bit more spontaneous, cause if you're out there, you're not gonna go online, or if you go home.
Mhm.
And I like the QR code idea too.
That would work well, cause then you don't have to worry about a box being
Right.
there with the money in it. So-
Yeah, I wouldn't want the money, I would just like the empty envelope so you can take it home, but no,
We had issues with that in
Cash.
the past, so.
yeah,
Yeah,
Is that
that's
good?
a
See
good
that.
idea.
Is that how the zoo donations are done
Yeah.
right now?
Yep, just in a big metal box, yeah.
But that's
But
behind
there's an
the
attendant.
fence and there's,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
only open when there's someone there,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that happens.
that's why I thought if we do just the envelopes, they're empty,
Mhm.
and then you can take them home.
Yeah.
Versus that, the cash box.
Yeah.
Is the volunteers gonna do that public board too, or I don't know what you
Oh,
call it?
no, we gotta grab that, yeah, we just haven't had
Okay.
time, so. The kiosk.
The
right,
kiosk
is that what we
board.
call that? Yeah. the
Yeah, I
kiosk
don't know what
board.
it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, kiosk board or information board.
I was just gonna give it a little shout out, I think it's a personal thing, I absolutely love the kayak launch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got a great picture of it too. I was talking to some other kayakers, so many communities don't ever have that. It was just really, I think it was really forward thinking on ours to do that. That's pretty cool.
Where is it?
It's at the
Bowls
Fireman's
Creek.
Park.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bowls
okay.
Oh,
Creek Bowling
nice,
League.
yeah.
City put the,
Cause I've used them before, they are very handy and
Yeah.
convenient.
yeah, I land like 3/4 of the way out in the river after I launch off that
Oh,
thing.
wow. Which side up?
Well, once I hit those rollers, that's pretty heavy, so it's just. No, it's super nice.
Yeah, it took us a little bit to get it out there because we had that second high water.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
But, yeah, that's a nice touch.
So it's an actual launch.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. It's got the wheels on there and you
Yep.
can
To make
kinda
sure you
go.
got everything you need.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you have to make sure that you don't get on it too quick, because you'll roll right off.
So blooper reels incoming, right?
Put that on Facebook.
And I went this week, and week before I was great, glad I did not get one freaking bite. I fished like that, fishing guy, I fished
Yeah,
for the tour,
yeah.
get a bite. Just trees, that's it, caught a lot of trees, lots of lullers. Any other